Check this.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hi, everybody. This is Lee Bailey, and it is time for the More Joy. Well, it's the More Joy Media Be Encouraged program. I'm sorry I didn't have any lights. We are cleaning up the house today, throwing away old stuff, so you see stuff in the background till we get this pandemic thing go over and we get into a studio. It's got to be from the home abode, but that's okay. Let me get to this right now on the 4:30 show. We have a great guest. I'll introduce him in just a moment. Let's go to our little book of wisdom. Let's give you a little wisdom for this wonderful hump day, Wednesday. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. How about that? Source unknown. So you can use that if you want and say it's yours if you want. There is a close correlation between getting up in the morning and getting up in the world. How about that? Ron Dentinger. Yeah, that's the name. That's our little book of wisdom. As I said, talk about encouragement. Talk about wisdom. I don't know about wisdom. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's probably been around about the same amount of time I have in this world. And so we do pick up wisdom as we move along through our lives. And this guy, Dennis Stanley Sr., is our guest today, everybody. And he's right there. He is the owner and operator of Chantel's Bakery. And hey, you guys are looking for a cake decorator, I hear.
Yes, sir, we are. We gotten a little busier in the pandemic. So I figured I should get some help now. So when we got the pandemic, they'll be all trained to keep us going.
Absolutely. I also saw that I saw a picture. I was cruising your website, your Facebook site. I saw a picture of you at one of these, so you can demonstrate. Has the mirror above the counter that you can, when you're demonstrating. Is that there at your place?
Yes, I do. And in the location where we're at now, we have 3 kitchens here.
Okay.
Since we cater to clients with food allergies, like no egg, no dairy, no soy.
You got to have them separate.
So we separate our kitchens out. And then one of the kitchens, I built my own little studio.
Cool.
So that way I can have cooking demos inside the show. And I call that True Confections with Chef Dennis.
True Confections. I like it. That sounds cool. All right, good. No, I just wanted to encourage people to go to your website. Can you give me your website? And I'm going to put it up on the screen. Actually.
My website is chantelsbakery.com.
That's easy. All right. So, Dennis, talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing. First of all, when and how did you come up with the idea to do Chantel's Bakery? What was the impetus?
I've been in business now for about 30 years.
Okay.
So when I first started the bakery, I didn't care what the name would be when we started. So at the time, my wife said, well, we had a daughter named Chantel.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured I was going to call it Creative Cakes or something. Just all I want to do was bake cakes.
Yeah.
So my wife decided that let's call it Chantel's. And it was the best decision that she and I have ever made.
And the first rendition was Chantel's Cakes and Pastries, right?
Chantel's Cakes and Pastries, yes.
And now you're just Chantel's Bakery.
Chantel's Bakery, yeah. Well, they can call me both. As long as they don't cuss me out when they call, I'm good to go.
Do you do more than cakes? Do you do bread? Do you do bread?
No,
there?
we don't
No.
do.
Okay.
If you'll find out, most bakeries, either you are a cake bakery, or you're a donut bakery, or you're a bread bakery.
Sure.
So doing that, you kind of like want to stay in your lane, because
Right.
by the time I go and make donuts for $1 something, I can do $100 cake in the same time. And the same time you make a loaf of bread or make small rolls of bread, you got to make them by the thousands to make them. So we kind of like most bakeries, we stay in our own lane.
I
And
got you.
cakes and pastries is my lane.
Yeah, cool. No, my sister used to be the training manager for and when they first opened Panera Bread, she wrote all their guidelines and all their training manuals and stuff like that. And they're, just bread. I think they do have some pastries they do there, but
right.
Mostly it's bread, cookies, and things like that they sell retail, of course. So yeah, that was fun, and I got my whole education on sourdough one time from my sister. She gave me the whole education about how that starts and where it started. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So, and my mom makes the best cake. It's called Texas sheet cake, I think. I'm sure your cakes are absolutely
what is
delicious.
it made out of? How's it made?
I'll have to send you the recipe, really, because it is an outstanding. It's a heavy cake, so I think there's some sour cream in it, I believe, and I don't know if that's all she did. Is she just adds that to the flour and stuff like that, and it's a regular cake, but she adds that sour cream, which gives it a real thick and tasty taste.
Oh, wow!
But I'll send you the recipe because it's a good cake.
What part of Texas is it from?
Houston area. My mom was born in Houston. My dad was born in Dallas. My grandmother was born in Arkansas, but moved to Houston. And so it's my grandmother's, it's her cake recipe. But my mom makes cakes, not nearly enough, but I'm glad, because I don't know what would happen to me if she made cakes too often. But they're always delicious. And she's a great cake decorator and maker. She's the lady who makes all the kids' birthday cakes, and because she makes them all neat, and she's not a professional cake decorator. She would never even pretend to be. I think she is. So she would be, I'm not a professional, blah, blah, blah. But she's very good at it.
That's great.
She's an artist. So there's a lot of artistry in cake making.
Yes, when I first started cake decorating, there's so many different pieces of the puzzle that we had to put together. You become an artist, and then you have to do carpentry. So when you get ready to build these cakes, you find out you have a lot of tasks that you didn't know you had, that you had to create on the job as you kept going.
Sure.
So it wasn't all about taking a bowl and piping some icing out of a bag.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure that there are people who just want a simple cake, and you guys can do those, and it's fast and it's quick and no problem. I saw several pictures of your cakes. I invite people to go to chantelsbakery.com.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Beautiful, beautiful cakes. Do you find yourself doing more wedding cakes, or do you find yourself doing more special event cakes?
I find myself, if we look at the timing we're in now, it's more event cakes, or believe it or not, right now I find myself with a lot of people just wanting cake as a stress reliever.
Right, sure.
So and then now being in the pandemic, a lot of people weddings is being tailored to just what they're doing. So we took our cookie cutter that most bakeries had before the pandemic, and now that we had to just throw them out the window. And so every bride that comes in to see me now, we sit down with them and we tailor their wedding cake to cover what they need. Some brides come in and just get a 6-inch cake. And if they're having people that are just driving by, then we put them in containers. Now it just depends on the bride and what they're doing for the wedding. So we can't do cookie cutter contracts anymore.
Right.
Everything is catered to the individual bride.
That sounds
when it comes to regular cakes, every season of the year brings different business. Like now, start at the beginning of March through June was our busiest season in hospitality. We had weddings, baby showers, holy communions, graduations, birthdays, you name it, was this cycle. So then when the pandemic started, a lot of that went south in the middle of the pandemic. So then we had to do a lot of social media marketing. And I remember when we was in a recession, the bakeries around Wall Street, when everybody was stressed out, their business went up because dessert is a stress reliever. So I decided in the middle of the pandemic, you know what, I'm gonna pretend there's no pandemic, and I'm gonna post like crazy on Facebook. So the first week of the pandemic, my employees went down to like 1 day a week. And after I started crazy marketing on social media, I was able to bring all three of my employees back full time.
Nice.
I told my employees, I said, if you guys let me stay on social media, I keep the social media going. You guys got to do all the labor in the back. So it worked out great. But the first time in 30, we've been in business now for about 30 years. The first time in 30 years of being in business, we sold out in the middle of the pandemic for Mother's Day weekend.
Wow.
So I had to get me a notebook and write down all my marketing that I was doing. So when we get over the pandemic, I know what worked and what didn't work.
That's outstanding. Yeah, I can imagine that's something that's really exciting. You know, for a business to sell out, it's kind of hurts your heart a little bit because you're like,
Yes.
oh, I wish I could keep making them.
Yes.
But that's also why you're hiring in the middle of the pandemic,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because it wasn't a matter of you didn't have the flour and the different ingredients. It's a matter of you have the labor hours of your people didn't have enough time to make enough cakes, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of pretty much how it worked out. And then
Sure.
doing like every day now in the pandemic, every day coming to work was like we had to pivot every day. So it wasn't our norm. So we had to come in and find out what people were wanting, and we had to pivot as every day went forward. We just kept pivoting until it worked and it didn't work.
That's right. Well, I put you down turned on notifications for you and for your Facebook stuff because I don't want to miss a chance to win a key lime cake.
Did you see the cake that we're giving away today?
I saw that key. No, I didn't even know.
We have. Let me tell you about the cake we're giving away today. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see this cake. It's a vanilla cake. It has chocolate drips on it, and on top of that cake, it have chocolate strawberries.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, so I did see it.
I posted last night that I'll be giving away that cake today. My phone dinged until about 1 o'clock this morning. People said I will be on tomorrow. So this morning I put the Facebook page post up around a little after 8. I checked it in about an hour ago. We have right now since 8 o'clock this morning, 12 out, 9.5 hours, almost 9 hours.
Yeah.
We have over 10,000 people that have already visited that site.
Wow.
To look at that cake. So
that's a beautiful cake.
But don't tell anyone. I think I'm gonna do that for 2 or 3 days to give away that same cake. I'm gonna have a different reason every day to give it away.
Yeah, but you'll give away 3 of them or 4 of them, right?
Yes, and I learned. People may say, why you keep giving away cakes. But if you, I found out that I have to either spend money in marketing now, or I give away cakes and have my clients do the marketing for me. Mm-hmm. And then the more I've been giving away, I'm having them do all the talking. And then since we started this, I have people coming in my door constantly every day that I need a cake. Yep. So and then if we don't have something made, we keep a lot of cupcakes baked. So when they come in for the first time, we always have them a cupcake.
Now, do you do the cupcakes in the different flavors of cakes that y'all make? So you can say, here's what it tastes like and hand them a cupcake? Well,
if they came in the door now and the first time here, I feel like if a person drove over here, since we're a custom shop and everything's custom made, if they spent their time to drive over here and I can't give them a cake, I make sure they walk out with a cupcake in their hand.
There you go.
And then we do our regular cakes, and any of our gourmet cakes that we carry, we can also do them in cupcake form. And then what I also did it in the middle of the last month of June, we usually put 1 cake a month on. We always have a special every month where we take one of our cakes and we'll put it half price for the month. So, but for June, I said, you know what? Instead of me picking the cake of the month, I picked our 6 top specials, and I put those all half price. And then I created 6 new cakes that we have on special now. And a lot of those are going out the door like crazy. Yeah. So I think in July, I'm probably going to go back to the 1 cake a month.
Well, that's cool. And the marketing genius that you're working with is for everybody who shares gets their name put in the hat.
Yes.
That's outstanding,
Yes.
because that's a good way to get your name out there with everybody. And
And
yeah, man.
I tag all my information onto the share tag. So when someone gets it for the first time, that tag tells everything that we do. And then what we do is we come in the next morning after the drawing is over, and we copy all the people that shared, and then we just put them in a pot. And today I have not drawn one of them, so I don't want to feel like I'm biased and pick someone that I know. So I just mix them all up and then go just find an employee and say, just pick out a letter, pick out a name out of the pot. So that way I don't feel like I cheated somebody.
And of course she's going to pick out like your wife or something, and you're sorry, honey, I can't give you this one. This is going to be going to somebody else. But yeah, so like I said, I did see that one with the strawberries.
Yes.
I can't do strawberries because I just found out recently they contribute to gout, and I have gout, and I don't want any flare-ups because it hurts a lot. So I just found that out though. I've never been a huge strawberry fan, but I love chocolate strawberries. Those are delicious. But I love that key lime cake, and my mom probably would too. She loves key lime pie. That cake looked awesome.
Thank you.
So next time you're putting that on there, I'm sharing to everybody. Sharing.
I'm going to have to do that one soon. That way you can broadcast it on your radio show.
Well, listen, I'd be happy to do that anytime. We'll have to talk. We can maybe have you be one of my sponsors for the.
Oh wow, we'll work that out.
Encouraged program.
I love
absolutely.
I love
inexpensive. But yeah, we'll make you a little commercial, or you can make your commercial right there at your little studio.
Yes, sir.
And we'll put it up. No problem.
Okay.
Not a problem at all. Yeah, it's easy to do. Okay. So tell me about what you've been doing community-wise and as far as supporting your community. What have you been doing in that realm? I know you worked with John Wood.
John Wood.
And Matt Carey. So what else?
One of the things that touches my heart is making sure that I'm able to give back to the community.
Yeah.
We did a lot of stuff with there's another organization called 7x24 Foundation out of DC. We've been doing a lot of stuff with them. There's Ashburn Pub, Kevin. We've been doing a lot of work for him. So when the pandemic first started, a lot of the places that was accepting food and stuff, based on what I was doing, I didn't want to go in solo by myself.
Right.
So what I did was I put on social media other companies that already went to these organizations and said they would do treats or plates and stuff. And then I would just call these companies up and say, you know what, you guys are delivering the food. You don't have dessert. Let me just tag on to what you're doing and we'll do cupcakes. It made it a whole lot easier for me since I'm just a cupcake man. And say Ashburn Pub, for an example, was doing food. So Kevin and I, we just tag team. And then one thing I will say, I met some great friends.
I bet.
John is like an angel. Kevin at Ashburn Pub is phenomenal. I mean, he's a really good guy. I'm glad I got a chance to meet him, and I met a lot of great people doing this. So and then a lot of people was all pulling together to make sure that the front line got well taken care of.
That's awesome.
That's something that did come out of the pandemic.
What was your favorite incident that occurred during all this as you're doing your donations and helping send these out? Like John comes and picks up cupcakes from you, whoever else comes and gets the cupcakes. I know I saw some pictures. You were at one of the hospitals delivering cupcakes. We did stuff at Fairfax Hospital, and there's a friend of mine, Jana. She did a lot of stuff at Suburban Hospital. Jana, I have to give my hats off to Jana. Jana ran about 50 plus deliveries to Suburban Hospital. And then I'm way out in Sterling, Virginia, and she's over in Suburban, Maryland, Bethesda. And we just tag team together to do stuff. And then the Leesburg Hospital, Cromwell, and not only the hospitals, we also have to look at the police department. They're on the front line. We look at the fire department. We did stuff for them. They're on the front line. And not only the front line, but people that support the front line. That's right.
We also took care of them. I can't say that there was one that would be more important than the other. Okay. I would think all of them was be equally important. So all of them would just be equal. Yeah. It was just a great thing to do. And I think anyone that can do something to give back to the community or give back to someone that's doing something, is words can't express the feeling that you have when you do stuff like that. It's priceless.
Yeah, no doubt about it. In fact, I think I might send you a worker here when she gets to be a couple more years older, or a year older even. My daughter loves the kids baking championship. She watches that incessantly, and I love watching it too, because it's just, those kids are adorable, and what they do is unbelievable.
Yes.
What this, like, a 7-year-old kid can make this cake that's unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but she's really into that, and I'm trying to find her a job that's not fast food. You know what I'm saying? So I might have to bring her over and let her at least observe what you guys are doing in the real.
Yes.
In the real.
Yes.
She might be very interested in that. But anyway, that's something for another day. Another day. But who knows? She's got her mindset on stuff. She's that age now that if I made that suggestion, I don't know how far it'd go. Right. Whatever, Dad. I'm not doing that. Whatever. But yeah. So, but that's cool, man. It's really great that you're also expanding during this pandemic.
Yes.
That's a blessing.
It is. It's a blessing in disguise. And so, I mean, I learned so much about me in the middle of the pandemic, that there was things that I didn't know I could accomplish, and things that I didn't know I was capable of. And so I had to take myself outside and beat up myself. After 30 years, you're selling out in the pandemic. What have you been doing wrong for the last 29 years?
Right. So tell me what some of the things you learned about yourself.
I learned, the most important thing I learned about myself is to learn who I was, or who I am. Because, when the pandemic started, in the middle of it, when they started shutting down, the world stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And when the world stopped, you look at yourself, because you run into a brick wall.
Right.
And you can't go left, you can't go right, you can't go over, because you're not shutting yourself down. The whole world is shut down. So now you stop at the brick wall and you say, okay, where do I go from here? What is my likes and what are my dislikes? So it makes you look inward now at who you are as a person, to realize, what's important to you. I mean, yesterday could have been important going to the bar and having a drink, but today you're by yourself and you got to deal with yourself. You got to look inward to find out what you like and what you don't like, and learn to love who you are, and do things to make you happy.
It's just like John Wood always talks about, and Billy Riley, and myself, I know this too. And this is one of the things that I hope More Joy to be very involved in, and that's community. If that's your first thought, is how can I help somebody with what I'm doing?
Yes.
I believe that the rest of it comes,
Yes.
So I've always wanted to have a reverse business model, because if you go to business school, money. Is it going to make money? Is it going to make money? I got to tell you, I don't know if it's going to make money, but I know I can help people.
Yes.
And if I help people, then I'm pretty sure it's going to make money.
I learned something from a business partner through my training. If you chase money, you will always chase it, because it's going to keep running from you. You got to learn to create something and stand still, and then start having the money chase you.
Yes, sir.
And then that way you don't have to work as hard. Because I have a lot of people say, well, I'm chasing money, I'm chasing this, I'm chasing that. Well, at the end of the day, tomorrow when you get up, you're still chasing. So when you build a bit, for me, I speak for me. I learned that I want to build something that other people like and other people enjoy, and then go to social media and then have them start coming to me. That way I can stay in one location and quote unquote have the money chase me here, instead of me having to keep chasing money, and I'm able to enjoy myself more. And then you turn it around and you take what you're doing and chase it back to your customers.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And I found and heard people talk about this before also, is if money's the thing, you might make a lot of money. You might have an invention that's just sweeps the world.
Yes.
But if you're not giving to your community and you're not helping people, then it's not a very fulfilling thing.
Yes,
You got all that money coming in. That's great. Okay, great. Hey, I have lots of money, but you don't realize it maybe sometimes, but you're just unfulfilled. Right. And when you start doing something for your community, your family, your friends, people you don't know, that's amazing feeling.
And then when they get to talk and tell things about what you're doing for them, that's priceless. And then I would say that, especially being out here in Loudoun County, I mean, I will say, I can't speak for all the other counties. I can't say a little bit about Fairfax, but I will say Loudoun County supports Loudoun County. I think Loudoun County is like the best place in the world to be. I love Loudoun County, and I love giving to Loudoun County, and I can say Loudoun County gives back to me. So I'm in a blessed place right here in Loudoun County.
That's really cool. Sterling's like both, right? Fairfax County and Loudoun County.
Sterling sits on the edge of Loudoun County. We're right beside Dulles Airport. So if you go a little bit farther, you're going to be in Fairfax County, and then on down to the Dulles quarter. So Sterling we're right close to Dulles Airport. If you keep going west, and you're going into Leesburg and on out that direction. So I'm centrally located in Loudoun County, where I can touch clients in Fairfax County. I can touch western Loudoun. I can go south. I can go north and do the DC Beltway. I can do the Texas Corner area. So I'm in a good location for where we're at.
You know what? It doesn't matter what your location is. People are going to come to you, brother.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So, and I mean, brother, in the most spiritual way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I really feel that. I mean, I can feel the sense, the spirit in you, and you really, you're doing things for people that they don't expect, and that's the best kind of giving you can do, is give something to somebody who doesn't expect it.
Thank you.
And then their hearts are really, really touched, and that's important.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Even if I never saw that guy again, it makes me feel good that I was able to do something for him. So, well, anyway, listen, is there anything else, Dennis, you'd like to talk to people about and shout out to anybody or anything like that?
We're a custom baker. We located in Sterling, Virginia. Everything we do here is custom made. We have 3 kitchens here. We're able to break out our kitchens out based on the food allergies. Again, we can do no egg, no dairy, no soy, no flour, no sugar, no nickel, diabetics. And then we also, the best thing about it, we can do multi-allergens in the same cake. And we also ship anywhere in the country. So if you got someone in California, no matter where they at in the country, we can ship them a cake.
That is fantastic.
And we also deliver here in the DC area.
That's cool. I like that. I love that. In fact, is this your place?
ChantelsBakery.com. That's me.
That's the one. Okay, so we want to put that up here right at the end of the show. I probably should have had it running the whole show.
I appreciate it. At least we got it up, my friend.
That's right. So that's what you need to go to, folks. ChantelsBakery.com, and you're going to be able to speak with somebody there at the office. Maybe Dennis, maybe his wife. Who knows? But you're going to get a cake. Let me tell you. Go to ChantelsBakery.com. Just look at the cakes that they make.
I'm going to throw a plug in right now. There's no wife.
Please.
There's no wife.
Oh, there's no wife. I thought you said something about.
Well, at the beginning, there was a wife, but there's no wife.
Okay. I got you. Oh, well, there you go, people. You got a single man on the
statement there.
He's a single guy. No wonder I saw so many nice little portrait pictures of him on the picture on his Facebook. No, that's fine. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to speak out of turn here on that.
All good. It's all good.
I mean, I got the vibe that you were single, but I was like, oh, that's right. When you mentioned wife, I went, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's nice.
So end the show, right?
That's right. Hey, listen, I appreciate you very much, Dennis.
Yes,
You're
Thank you.
A joy to have on the show. We are about more joy, and you definitely deliver more joy with Chantel's Bakery, and I encourage everybody to look you guys up. And I'll be talking to you. Maybe make some commercials for you for our show.
Work, my friend. And thank you for having me on the show today.
Hey, it's really my pleasure. Tora is the one that hooked you up and hooked you into coming on the show. He's my scheduler. I mostly sit back and just say, okay, who do you got scheduled today, Tora? But, you were one of the people that I wanted to have on. So you're on that list. So
thank you.
Yes, sir. No problem. Chantel's Bakery, everybody. Dennis Stanley Sr., the man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
look
it.
him up. Yes, sir. Take care. All right. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. That's about the end of the program today. Don't forget, Chantel's Bakery. Whoop. Give them a holler. Give them a call. Let them know that you want to have cakes and eat them all. That was a little rhyme there I did. Time for us to get out of here. Get on down the road, sons and daughters and yums.
Feels right. It feels right. Yeah. I'm saying that it feels right.